What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Her Lounge podcast. We are on another Girl Talk episode.
I love these.
I love these too. I think these are probably my favorite. Not saying that I don't enjoy having guests.
Sandwiches and snacks, so it's just amazing.
It's a picnic before the podcast.
We have Marissa on. You guys know on the 16th, I am going to have another friend so that you guys don't think I don't have any other friends.
Who's coming?
I'm going to have Kim.
Okay. Yay.
Hey, Kim also felt like, damn, how come I haven't been invited? So did Amanda.
My bad, Kim. My bad.
Amanda's also like, hey, I want to be on your podcast too. And I was like, okay, I promise I'm going to have all of you guys on here.
Amanda's fun.
She's funny. Yeah, I like her. But anyway, guys, you guys know we always start with a positive quote or affirmation. And today, just because we're not really going to talk about feminism or a feminist, but we kind of like are going to get into that topic kind of sort of. Even though I said that this month was going to be about health and wellness and relationships and so forth. This is Valentine's Day. It's love. Mm-hmm. But this has been around so much on news topics, and you see it so much on social media, and I just kind of want to touch on it. I don't know that we'll really get into it because I myself am guilty of not being as knowledgeable about what it really is, or what it has become.
Yeah,
I guess you know what I'm saying. So anyhow, so here's your affirmation for today, guys. I am a strong woman because a strong woman raised me.
Amen.
So
ish.
So, I mean,
but I am a strong woman now, Lord.
Oh my God. Y'all, I've been having these weird dreams. I know they say when you're pregnant, you have weird. Them? No. Check this out. With my mom's last night, this dream was.
Oh my God.
Your mom's dream?
It was about my mom.
Okay.
And in my dream, it was this guy. I don't know who he is, but he was a young guy that we knew. And I find out that him and my mom are dating. And he's like 20 and my mom's like 58. Okay. 59. I'm sorry. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is disgusting. So I like confront my mom and I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, this is a little boy. Like, what can he possibly do for you? I'm like, you're a 60-year-old woman. I'm like livid and pissed. And she's like, I'm so in love. I'm like, angry, mad, crying, like angry. And have you ever had one of those dreams where you can't yell in your dreams?
Oh God, I hate those.
Have you ever had one? Right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm drowning.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So that's kind of how it was. It was like I was yelling at her and I was telling her off, but I couldn't scream. I was just talking and I wanted to scream. And I was like, you're such an... I was like calling her all kind of names. And I even said, I fucking hate you in my dream. And then I finally wake up because Penny comes into the room, but it was like an awful dream. And I was just like, ew, why am I having that dream? My mom's never dated a 20-year-old. Like, what flashback was that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, dreams always just mean something else.
I know. Like, that's what I don't know.
Who does that young man represent? What does he represent?
Ooh, let's get into it, Jordan Peterson.
What does he represent? And
I
then
don't know.
The fact that you couldn't...
I couldn't yell it. I was so angry at her. She lived in this apartment. I was like, you live in an apartment? What'd you do with your house? I was like, not that there's anything wrong with an apartment, but she's a grown-ass woman.
She got a bachelor pad. It was her bachelor
I was like, why are you in an apartment? She's like, this is his place. I'm like, what? I was
Damn, the dream took you to his apartment?
No, like it was so real. To even where it was like, she took a car out for him. Like I said, you used your credit to pull out, and I don't know if it was because, this is why I'm talking about this. Shit. I don't know if this was because I went to bed researching feminism. So I don't know if in my dream, my mom was doing all these things for this little young boy who I have no idea who it is. Right. But I was so like, what the fuck are you doing? Like now you get stuff for a man? I was like so mad about it in my dream.
Damn.
So
Jesus.
Isn't it weird?
It is weird. You need to look that up though.
I know, but I've been having so many weird dreams lately.
Your dreams are important.
But they say when you're pregnant, they're even crazier.
Ooh.
They say they're even crazier when you're pregnant.
At the same time.
So it's weird.
I think.
That's some real woo-woo stuff right there.
Marissa just made some shit up.
For real.
Marissa just made some mushroom shit up right now. That was, I don't even know where that comes from.
Oh, that was a shroomy comment.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
gonna
was.
lie.
I don't know how true that is, but yeah, they've been really weird. Like, this is even going to go over the top, guys. The night before, I had a dream that I told Pete, you can have my vagina whenever you want. I don't know why you have to ask for permission.
Ooh.
It was the craziest thing ever. And then I woke up and I told him about it.
like,
He was
"You still
crying.
gotta ask."
He's like, oh shit. He's like, don't tell me that. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, where are these dreams coming from? Like, why
love
are
your
they
dreams.
happening? Like,
Oh.
they're insane.
That's amazing.
So healthline.com says it's not uncommon to remember more of your dreams, experience more vivid dreams, or even struggle with nightmares when you're pregnant.
Ooh. Does it say why?
It doesn't. Well, it goes into some of the thoughts, but nothing like concrete.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
so
don't
cool.
know.
That's so cool.
But yeah, in my dream, I was pissed at my mom for doing all these things for this little boy. Like, you got an apartment for him? You used your credit to get him a car? I was like, what a loser. And then I'm fighting him. I'm like, you fucking little loser. I'm like, just pissed. Almost like
I think there's a lot of women in their 60s who are paying for their boyfriend's apartment. They've got money. They're
Yeah, sugar
chilling.
mamas
Like,
and
I'm
shit.
gonna, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get you a little apartment so you can just be cute, do your crunches, and then when I see you, it's on.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's it.
It's true.
They're living their best lives.
Man, yeah, see, I couldn't do that. I'm gonna like living my own life. I'm gonna need you to live your own life.
Hey, but I'll never forget in college, I learned about
Oh my God, where's
how
this going?
they were talking about STDs and all this crazy shit, right? And so it's a sociology degree, so you learn about society and drugs and society and sex and society and all this shit, right? And so they were talking about STDs, and the highest number of people with STDs are old people in fucking what are those places that they live?
Retirement homes?
Like retirement homes.
What?
Because they're thinking this is
Oh,
the 20s and the
yeah.
30s, and they're just smashing and dashing with no protection because, you know,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
just, and all
I
those
would've never
motherfuckers are
thought.
catching STDs.
Yep.
Now, this was a long time ago.
It's probably higher now,
But,
just kidding.
Yeah.
but you know, Jesus.
Wow.
I was like, wow, they are getting it in. And I think that's good.
I mean, yeah, I think you should be sex is good at any age. I mean, I don't think you should stop having it just because you get old. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're a 60-year-old woman paying for a 20-year-old to have an apartment, don't feel bad.
okay, that's my
Power to the people.
That's my feminism coming in here right now.
Yeah. So
Hell
Do you, boo-boo,
a
do
growing
you.
problem is STDs, especially syphilis. It's over 50% in nursing homes.
Did I just get fact-checked and I was right?
You did.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
That is insane.
Yep, they're getting it in. And they're old. And they're living their best lives.
They are.
You know?
That's kind of why my whole thing behind plastic surgery, well, I don't want to do it. Because I want to live my best life when I'm
Yeah.
older, and I don't want to worry about keeping up with anything. You know?
The only thing I am going to do, this is thanks to Amanda, because she's the one who broke down the Botox versus the filler, is the filler. I'm just going to do the filler.
Oh, the filler. What's
Right
the
here.
filler? What's the difference? Because I don't know.
Well, the Botox doesn't metabolize. So what it does is it just like deadens the nerve, so you can't move it. And so but the filler, it metabolizes in like 2 years. And its only purpose is just to fill in the wrinkle. That's it. And so you just, it's a different kind of upkeep. It's not that bad.
Interesting.
Yep. And it metabolizes. So that's
I'm
good.
going to keep exercising and drinking water and eating well so that hopefully I don't have to fuck with
There you
doing
go.
fillers.
I'm going to do the filler. I sleep stressed out, and I always have since I was a little child. I sleep like this. And so that's the way I've always been. And I hate it because I try to like do these exercises to relax my face, but even when I'm like focused or I'm thinking or I'm, doing something, I just can't help but just squint my fucking face.
Yeah, I do this a lot, but I know that a lot of that has to do with. I'm an interpreter, so I'm very expressive,
to.
and I use my face. Even when I'm getting my lashes done and I'm talking, it's funny. Mariana will tell me, she's like, "Hey, let's
Can
not
you
talk."
rest your face?
She'll say, "Let's not talk," because I've got my eyes closed and I'm talking, but I'm still doing all this, like I'm still being expressive. So she's like, let's have quiet time. So she'll tell me, let's have quiet time. That means, bitch, shut up, because you're moving your face
I'm not
way
gonna
too
lie,
much.
I talk a lot during things like
Yeah.
that. With nails, eyelashes, whatever it is. I don't shut the fuck up. Why?
With the nails, I've done a better
What is
job.
wrong with me?
I kind of chit chat with my guy because we just be chit chatting. But when I do my feet,
Don't talk to me.
I don't really like to talk to nobody.
That's weird.
And usually, I swear to you guys, that's the reason why I don't like going with anybody to go get my nails or my toes done. Because now I feel like I have to talk to you.
That's
like
true.
we're here together. And I have to have a conversation with you. This is so mean and rude. I know that, but I don't like it. So usually, if my sister and I were going to go, I'm like, hey, dog, we're going to get our nails done, but I don't want to talk, all right? And so she'll just say, all right. You know what I'm saying? So she's cool with it, you know?
Or you can be like my friend Carla. She has those like headphones like that, dude. She puts them on, and we already know. Like, you know what? She's in her quiet time. So
Oh,
nobody talk to
really?
her.
That's hilarious. That's
Nobody
a good.
talk to her. Just put the fucking headphones.
I do that
on.
at the gym though. So whenever
Yeah.
I would go to the gym and someone that because you go to the gym, you start to know people who go all the time, right? And so sometimes when they want to talk to you, so I would always do this. I only do one because that means our conversation needs to be short because I'm busy. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to you. If I do this, that means like I'm pretty much
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and chit chat with you.
Yeah.
But if it's just one to the side, I'm not trying to chit chat with you. I don't want to talk to you
Ooh,
really.
I like that.
But I'm letting you know your time is limited, so hurry up because this headphone needs to come back or it's going to snap off. And if it snaps off, then it's like, oh, all right, so we'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how I would do it. Trust me. You had to because sometimes at the gym, people be just like fucking with your gym time. Don't you think,
Fuck
Rob?
yeah.
I know.
I just
and your
like-
gym time is your alone time.
They don't know about personal space at the gym sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes at the gym, I'd be like, oh my God. Or you avoid somebody, you act like you don't see them, you get on your phone and you turn. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, do you feel bad though when you know they kind of caught you looking at them and then you accidentally looked away too late?
Well, if
and
I
you're like,
get caught,
Yeah.
I acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I hate
don't-
when I see somebody at the gym like, God, I gotta talk to them. Fuck.
Because when you make that eye contact, I mean, you both feel it at the same time.
Yeah. But
So
why
it's
are
like,
humans
fuck.
like that? Why are we like that? Isn't that
Because
weird?
we're social.
Yeah, it's true. We're,
We're
social creatures.
We're just
But sometimes we
social.
don't feel like talking.
I know.
Sometimes I just don't want to talk to nobody. And I'm a chatterbox, Rob will tell you.
We know.
Marissa, we have long conversations. I mean, I'm a chatterbox.
But then you have those that are super introverted and can just go on and on days on end by themselves. I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can
it's
do a
too
day.
A day's nice.
A day's good.
Like once a quarter.
I can't do too many because I start and even it was funny. My sister's really good about being an introvert where she doesn't need to socialize with a lot of people.
I could see that.
Her as long as she socializes at work, that's enough for her.
That's
you know what I'm
enough
saying?
for the day.
Yeah, so she's an HR, so you know,
oh my
so
God,
she
so
just
she's
kind of
dealing with everybody and everything.
So she's like doesn't really need the extra. Well, growing up, if I were in my room for too long and I felt like I was by myself for too long, I'd go in her room like, "What's up, dog?" She'd be like, why are you in my room?"
Oh my God.
And I'm like, "Cause I was like, I was
I
on
just wanted to be
myself in
by
my room
you."
and just kind of got lonely." She's like, "Okay, so go to mom's room then." She's like, "But like,
Get outta
it'd be
here.
funny." So I would lay on the bed with her if I want to cuddle with her. She's like, like go over there. She was like that growing up. Even
Damn.
now,
Wow.
even now.
Mala.
That's hardcore.
Even now, we went over there to Boston. It was funny. I said, how are we going to do the sharing the house? I was like, should I just get an Airbnb? Because she was like, don't get a place. I'm like, well, you only have a 2-bedroom. There's a shitload of us going. I'm like,
Yeah.
how's this going to work? I said, and I have a toddler. I said, is mom going to sleep in the bed with you? She goes, hell no. She goes, I'll buy blow up mattresses before I share the bed.
Damn.
Even when she was married, they had a California King. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
California
that big,
King.
though.
No, theirs was ginormous.
Oh,
It's only a little bit wider, right?
It's
California
super
Kings are
wide.
super
Yeah,
wide.
it's super wide.
My bed guy lied to me. It just feels like a regular. Well, it's a little bit bigger, but still, it's not big enough.
My
There's-
bed guy.
My bed guy. Shout out to
Hers felt-
Ruben Reyes. I love you.
I know who he is. I've bought stuff from him before.
That's the homie.
yeah.
He furnished the whole Juice Caboose and my house. I love you.
Holla. Shout
He
out.
furnished my little apartment when I first moved out of my sister's house. But yeah, so they're and it was because she didn't want to like be too close together. I refused to buy a big bed.
That is fucking
I
crazy.
What?
have.
Why?
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to feel my baby's foot or
you
something.
know-
Like once you start creating gap, I feel between you and your spouse. I feel like there's just
Look,
I don't know.
can I just say this? Because I kind of feel, and I Googled it too, because I was like, is something wrong with me? I like to sleep on my side. But because I've stuffed blankets in between my legs, and by the time I lay down, I have a blanket here, a pillow here, and I'm like secure.
You need to buy your pregnancy pillow. That's how they come already, girl. They're ready for you.
And so he's always like, man, he points out that we're not that close. And even I notice it, but I love him to death. At night though, I don't know. I like to be on my own little side, but sometimes I will touch a foot.
I'll bring my pregnancy pillow in like after I've done cuddling and I know we finna do something, and I'll be like, and we're done. I'm like, all right, Kay, can you get my pillow?
Can you pass me my pregnancy pillow?
Exactly. And so he throws my pregnancy pillow at me. You know what I'm saying? And then
My PP.
Yeah. And so now we have this little. It's funny because mine goes into a big old U. So it basically that pillow gets all those spots where people like to have like support.
Yeah.
So that's what it does. So anyway. When it's in the middle of us, it's like, third person's coming in. I was like, yeah, third person's coming in. You know, so it's funny, because I love that pillow right now. When I'm not pregnant, I don't really care for it. Like, I mean, it's great, but I only like 2 pillows, and I do them in an L like this at the top.
Okay.
So one's for my head and kind of one's for this side of my face. I just do very little. I don't know. It's really the stupidest thing ever, but I just need that pillow there.
It's just how you're.
You need a body pillow. The really long ones,
That's kind of how the pregnancy pillows are.
Oh, okay. But if you had a bigger bed, you could have some more space, but still have the body pillow.
But I need my baby close.
What y'all working with, a twin?
Nah, not that small.
That's how close y'all want to be.
No, we have a queen.
That was funny.
Yeah, we have a queen. I won't even do a king. I don't know. Maybe I will I don't know. One day. I'm not saying never because I'm not going to say never. But I like the queen size beds. I like the togetherness. I don't like to be too far from each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't.
That is too funny.
That's probably also why whenever he's out of town, I just can't sleep. Like I'm stressing the fact that he'll be out of town and I'm just going to be like, 3 a.m. I'm still up.
When my husband's out of town, my 6-year-old is with me in the bed.
I still won't
He's like, can I lay with you? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Come on.
Yeah, I don't let Penny still sleep with me even when he's out of town because I feel like if I do it, she'll start to feel like, oh, I can come lay with my mom. And so I need for you to be independent. I don't want you all up in my bed.
They come. They
and I want to watch TV too. And if I want to watch, that's the only thing I do like is I get to watch whatever I want when Pete's out of town. So like
working moms.
Yeah. Like I get to,
God, I can binge
watch whatever I want versus like.
You don't just like being on the bed by yourself, when no one's there? Like just spreading out.
I still end up on my side.
Damn, that's crazy.
I end up in the middle. When Dawn's out of town, I'm like, oh, yes.
I still end up on my side. I like my little side.
Uh-huh.
And then when I get out of bed, I just make the bed on my side and the other side's already made.
Look at how easy that is.
Yeah, I just don't.
Girl.
It was funny. Like, what were we watching? It was something about this guy who had this like, I don't know what it was, and where the guy had like this thing where he liked everything. Oh, I know what it was. We were watching Fixer Upper.
Okay, I love that show.
I know. So we ended up getting that Discovery Plus, the app, so that we could watch all this.
Upper.
Yeah, Fixer Upper, because the Magnolia Network is now on there. So she's got some
now
good
she's got her own
shows.
network.
Yeah, where have you been, Marissa?
Oh my God. I haven't been able to watch Fixer Upper in so long.
I haven't watched any of the last episodes, like any of them before they made their own network. I've been watching everything brand new from.
So she's got her cookbooks, all her stuff in Target. She's got her network. She's got her coffee shop. I know she's
Magnolia, the store.
I want to go because I haven't been.
It's so beautiful. You have to go.
And then they're still doing all the real estate shit.
Everything.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And she pretty much took
I
over
wanna be
Waco.
her.
Yeah, same.
I'm
pretty
speaking
much
that shit into existence.
Yes, exactly.
Hallelujah. Marissa Gaines.
That's why when I come into my house, the shelves, that's why it's all her books and magazines as soon as you come in, because it's a friendly reminder to me, like, you're not doing enough, because these books are still sitting on
magazines.
Exactly. They're still on this damn shelf. They're still sitting there, so you're not doing enough. But we were watching, they were remodeling a house for someone, and so he said, when you came in, it was these shelves, and he said, great. He's like, waking up with anxiety if it's ever out of place. And then Pete goes, oh, looks like it's a perfect match for you. Because that's how I am. I just don't, it drives me bananas to see like just things. I just don't get it. I'm always like, I don't get it. Why can't y'all just pick this up? Why is it so hard? I'm always like that. Like, why? I am in a second. Why in a second? You're done with it. If you're just done with it right now, wouldn't it be easier to just go put it up or trash it? as opposed to waiting until you're going to get up again. And then you're probably going to forget. And then I'm going to look at it. It's going to annoy the shit out of me. So now I'm going to throw it away. Now I'm going to be in a bad mood more than likely.
God damn.
Because of it. I gotta push this chair back. My stomach's kind of in the way, y'all. Sorry.
Goodness.
Whew, there we go.
Baby's growing.
Get back to your anger.
Yeah, right. Get back
back
to
to
the
your
anger
anger.
story.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it works. I'm just like that. But you know what's weird? I didn't get like that because I wasn't this organized like when I was in high school or when even I was maybe in college. Yeah, I was. But in high school, it was like my mom was one of the constant, hey, you need to pick up your room. I'm like, okay, I am. But I was going from one activity to the other activity. It was like, and then I started to do homework. So it was like never. So for me, it was only on the weekends that I cleaned it up, you know? But it was like when I went on my own, it was like, if this was supposed to be like this and you left it like this, it was just like this.
There
like
was
the
a
whole time
problem.
I'm like, can
Oh
they
my
just
goodness.
move so I can just put it back the way it is right now? Because it's not supposed to be like that. Uneven things.
They stress you out.
No, it stresses me out.
They
You
stress
can
you
ask
out.
Rob. We've moved in here. I had to like,
Hey, this rug that we're sitting on right now?
yeah, there
Hold
you go.
on. Am I sitting on it evenly?
Probably.
No, this rug that you've got right now was, the guys thought it was fine, but it was not.
And the table that was on
was
top
it
of
not
it weighed
fun?
like 1,000 pounds. And we had to move the table, I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
Is this? Oh,
Not this table.
not
Not
this
this
oh
table.
my goodness.
It was.
Now
I
move it
can't
over
even-
here. Wait, hold on.
Yep. No, that's exactly,
exactly how it is.
what it was.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you guys this, because we're coming up on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I don't know if do you guys care
I don't
for
care
that?
for it.
Don't care for the holiday?
We celebrate maybe a couple days before, or I don't even know if we celebrate. We just try to spend time together and be together.
I don't. I think it's a waste of a holiday. I don't even know who
I
made it
agree
up.
with you. But didn't you have a story a couple years ago when y'all were in line somewhere at a restaurant and Chingo hadn't got you something, then you went to the CVS or something down the street when y'all were going to eat somewhere?
That was for Mother's Day.
Oh, was it Mother's Day?
Wrong holiday.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, it was Mother's Day.
Hold on. What
My
was the
first
story,
Mother's
though?
Day.
Oh, that's why you made it a big deal.
Yes.
What happened?
He didn't even give me a card or
How is that any
nothing.
different than Valentine's Day, though?
Didn't even say Happy Mother's Day. If he would have at least have woken up and said Happy Mother's Day, you know, and given me a hug, been like, oh, thank you. Because to me, it's not about gifts. You know, I can
Yeah.
buy myself whatever I want whenever I want. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's not like I need it. And flowers, to me, it's like they're more expensive on that day. So it'd probably make me more mad that the flowers were bought that day because they up the price on the flowers. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's kind of like you bought the flowers on the actual holiday. You know they're going to be more expensive, you know? So don't buy them on the actual day, please. You know, so it's like for me, it's kind of like that, you know? So flowers to me are great. But I don't also need them.
Yeah.
For me, it's little gestures. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something that he does and that melts my heart every day is he makes me coffee every morning. And I know it's the dumbest thing ever for a lot of
that is
people.
good. I
but I
love
don't ever
that.
make my own coffee in the morning. When he's out of town, I hate it because I have to make my own
Like,
coffee.
fuck, now I got to do this on my
And
own.
it doesn't taste the same. I know it's stupid, but I feel like he makes it better.
With a little extra love.
Yeah, and I just think it tastes better. It's prepared better. He knows how much coffee I like. Like he knows that how much milk it's supposed to, is in there. I don't really like a lot of milk because I like my coffee
love
black.
that.
So he's on. So that's the one thing. That's why I never really like say shit because it'd be like, well, my coffee is made every morning.
Amen.
Do you ever make coffee for him? Do you ever up early enough or like before him to?
Yeah, I'll
you
do it. If I get up before him, I'll make it.
Do you feel like
know?
you fuck it up? Because I'll tell you why. Dawn makes me coffee every morning, and if I'm up before her, which does happen often, I feel like I fuck it up, so I don't make it, and then I feel bad because I'm drinking coffee and she ain't got shit to sip on.
Damn, that is selfish.
I don't
That
think
is selfish
you
to the
can't really
core.
mess up the beer latte. So you can't, there's only 1 minute. The one thing I will do is I'll pour it and then I'll ask him, what do you want? Because he doesn't always have it the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll add he'll add milk to it. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he wants the chocolate milk instead of me. It's coffee's the same every
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? And I like to taste my coffee. So I don't like all the sugary extra stuff in it, I mean, y'all see the stuff I have the syrup, but
Yeah.
I still my coffee still has to be black, Yeah. But that's one thing that to me I appreciate galore about him is that my coffee is even if he takes Mickey to school in the mornings, regardless if the coffee is cold when I get up, it's the principle that it's poured in the cup, it's there. just for that. Whenever I get up, I can put it in the microwave, and you know what I'm saying, and it's ready for me to drink. If that's not like
That's love.
an amazing gesture, I don't know what is. And I know other people are like, it's just coffee. You know, it's
what?
not
When
just
my
coffee.
boo is out of town, I miss our cafecito time the most.
Yeah.
Because every morning we have coffee. Every morning we sit there, we hang
But why
out.
do you get up
we
so
chat.
early? Just for fun?
I don't know. I'm just used to it. Even when we were out of town, I was waking up at fucking 6 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep till like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know why.
I'm ready for my body to do that. Like on its own.
I had to train myself
without
though.
needing an alarm.
I did. I had to train myself. So I started setting my alarm and this is all because of Jim Quick. Because he's like, wake up early so you can have that time to just be alone. And especially if your life is hectic like us. And then look, football season hasn't even started for for my older son. Once that starts, it's gonna be hell. And then I haven't put my youngest son in anything yet because we've tried, and I guess because of the autism, it's just too much. Like it's too much. All the people and the kids and all the noise. It's just it stresses him out. But eventually, I want him to play sports. So then that's gonna be yet another thing on my plate. And look, all day I've been doing administrative stuff. So it's like
I came in back here and she was working on it. I was like, what are you doing, Marissa?
But it's crazy. But I do wake up early so I can get a little bit of alone time. And I make my coffee and I just start to wake up. But what I started to do was train myself. So I set my alarm for 4. And I wouldn't.
4 in the morning?
Well, Jocko wakes up at 4. See, I'm just trying to be like all these badass people.
Bruh.
Jocko is hardcore.
Yeah.
Like he's legit.
I also feel like he goes back to sleep. He posts a picture and then goes back to bed.
Right? And so I started just setting my alarm for 4. I did not wake up at 4, but it started to wake me up. And so I would, let it go off, and then it would automatically like read whatever in like 15 minutes or something. So then eventually I just started to wake up earlier and earlier. And now I set my alarm for 5:30, so I don't get too crazy, but it's just
that's still early. Because what time do your kids go to school?
They go to school at 8.
And they wake up at what time?
I let my baby sleep till like 6:55, 7. And then we're out the door at 7:30. But I've already gotten everything ready. The lunch, the uniforms. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I like it.
Yeah, see, when Penny started to sleep in, it was like, yes.
I know.
I'm not getting up. You know what I'm saying? Now,
It's going to take a while after this baby or after your last baby.
But
it's
I want
take
to.
A while.
I always said, like, every time I watch, like, these day in the life of moms, it's like, I get up at 6, I read my Bible, and it's like I have my coffee, and they're just, like, ready. And I'm just like...
I know.
I don't want to get up at 6 just to get up at 6. Like,
but you know what Jim Quick taught me too? Is that after a certain time, 6 or 7, like your brain is done. Like your best decisions are made in the morning to a certain time. Like when you start to push your brain after a certain time, you don't make the best decisions. You're not, as competent as you would be if it were a decision that you made earlier in the day. So even then I started to say, because I would stay up late and try to work. And I don't know.
I'm not working late.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will. Like the only thing we do late is like we both get the planner, and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what's happening tomorrow. This is what's going on. Cool, we got it. All right, it's time to watch TV. Which every time I watch TV, I'm always thinking like,
every time I watch TV, I feel guilty. I'm like, is Joanna Gaines watching TV right now?
Exactly. That's what I
Is
think.
Joanna Gaines watching TV right now? Probably not.
But I'm not gonna lie. I'll be watching some shit, and it'll make like me think of an idea, and then I write it down. Or I'll be watching something, and then it's like, oh man, you know what would be good if we did blah blah blah. It depends on what I'm watching, but sometimes we go down these rabbit holes of watching stuff, but it'll cause us to think about ideas for something else. Not always the case, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times that's what happens. But I feel the same way
guilty
when I'm watching
watching TV,
TV.
man.
I'd be like, really? What is that guy? Gary Vee says this is
I
the
love Gary
most
Vee.
like wasteful.
Can we get him on
time.
this podcast, Her Lounge? Where are you, Gary?
That boy's gonna say, "I give you 15 minutes. Ask me what you want in 15." That's what he
And
has.
he's gonna get your shit
Exactly.
together and don't be a fuck up and
Exactly.
Oh
He
my
said
God, I
something
love
like,
him.
when you reach out to people about being on your podcast, tell them you just need 30 minutes of their time or 10 minutes. He's like, do you know why I got on this guy's there was some guy that was interviewing him. Do you know why I got on his podcast? He said, I just need 15 minutes of your time for my podcast. And I was like, what can you talk about in 15 minutes? 3 questions, ready, set, go.
I know.
Can you talk in 15 minutes?
But
Fuck
Gary
yeah.
Vee's so passionate.
Really?
I know he's
think-
going to run over
yeah,
his 15
we can-
minutes.
exactly. That's another
just
thing.
it's just a way to just reel him in. Because he's so passionate, he's going to go for 30 fucking 40 minutes.
And then you'll hear his assistant D-Rock's like, I gotta go. I got 15 more. And then it's like, next thing you know, it's half an hour, 45 minutes. Actually, I saw him live
I
here
love
in Houston
him.
one time.
Oh, you
Are you
did?
serious?
How was
It
that?
was pretty cool. It's called the National Congress of Young Achievers or some shit like that. So it was him, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, Robert Hershkovich also from Shark Tank. President Bush actually was there as well. That was interesting. And then Gary Vee, like most people start.
President Bush.
Dude,
Girl,
it was
back in the day when I used to be a Republican, I bought his memoir
really.
and I loved it. I'm sorry.
And his nephew was the one conducting the interview, and he wasn't the best, unfortunately, but it was still cool. Like, even if you're a Bush fan or not, like, not to
Yeah.
get political, it was interesting. You had to have your phones away. There was like,
Yeah.
it was, what do you call it? The people that guard him. What am I talking about?
His bodyguards?
Yeah, the bodyguards.
FBI, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
There.
Like everywhere.
Secret Service.
Secret
Secret
Service.
Service.
There you go. Thank you. And they were very strict about people were going up and down like at movies, but like at a faster rate. Like, make sure your phone's away. Don't record this or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, the main part was Gary Vee. People were like, as soon as they heard Gary Vee was coming up, like it was at the
That was it. It was
NRG,
over.
filled up. Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool because we've all seen the stuff online. We can appreciate it, right? But seeing it in person did give a whole other energy to the presentation.
Oh, hell yeah. He's just so passionate about helping people.
I have a lot of his books, or all the ones that he's pretty much put out. I like him, but at some point it's like it's too much because I just feel like
You can take him in doses.
Yeah, I have to take him in doses. His books are great, and I feel like they're very informative. But I think some people work a little bit different, and so our brains can't all take in like what he thinks. And I get where he's coming from because he's an overachiever. But there's some people who need like step 1.
Yeah.
And if you have a step 1 person, you have to reach them in a different way. I think he's made for people who are just on the same, like they're tired of this. I'm
I think
tired
his
of being here.
His step one is just do it. It's like, don't wait, just go. And that's just the way he is. It's go, 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 go.
I think step
And not
1 for a lot of
everyone-
people is just even like coming up with the idea. Like there's some people who don't know how to be entrepreneurs, period, but would love to be an entrepreneur because they don't want to be into this 8 to 5 anymore, but have zero idea where to invest their money, So,
Entrepreneurship it's a monster.
it is.
And entrepreneurship is what caused me to gain weight. It's what caused me to be stressed out. And these were things that I didn't expect. I was like, I'll still have time to jog and go have fun and go do this like my normal job, 8 to 5. I'll be at my no. It's not like that. It's just, and then
work
for
way
me,
more.
I never experienced this much stress. And so, dude, I wasn't eating till 9 o'clock at night when I'd get home with my kids because I'm delivering and I had to pick them up from their school. And then I had to go run over here and I have all this shit in the back and we got to go. And then what are we doing? I'm delivering everybody juices and smoothie bowls and I'm picking up Whataburger for me and my fucking kids because I'm not done until 9:30 and they've been with me all night and they're not doing their homework and it was just, I didn't really have the right game plan we kind of had a game plan, but again, there's some things that you encounter that you didn't even prepare for. So I don't think people really know. Like everybody's like, I want to be my own boss, but you don't just turn in the key at 5 o'clock and go home and just have peace.
It's not. Like I was
It's
having
not
a
like
meeting
that.
last
You're
night. I had one at
constantly
6
on.
and one at 8 p.m. Like that's supposed to be my child's time.
Yeah.
She's just been with my babysitter from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Some
Some people need Gary Vee, but others need like Mike Rowe instead.
We all have a different
Dirty
palate.
jobs.
Everybody's got a different palate.
Yeah.
You just have to find what works for you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm somebody who I'm not motivated by. I'm motivated by looking at other people and how they've gotten there. I'm not really motivated by like somebody yelling at me and telling me I need to do this.
Yeah.
Slip into a Slim Jim. No, I'm not.
All right,
Slim
Macho
Slim
Man.
Jim. Oh my God.
I can't. Like,
who was the guy from the Slim Jim?
Randy Man. Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Ah, yeah, but I know everybody's got a different palate.
I can't. And I'm also not good at self-help books.
I don't like those.
Self-help books
Yeah.
don't do nothing for me.
They
Like
don't
when
do
someone,
anything for
I'm
me
like,
either.
well, no, I need to know, like, can I read somebody who is going, like Peterson? Like, to me, it's like,
I love him.
It's his was more based a little bit more on facts, on research,
Mm-hmm.
on, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, okay, I see how that can work in my life. Okay, I see how I can apply that to my business, or you know what I'm saying? Anything like that is more of my thing, you know what I'm saying? Versus like, here's how you start, you know, to do this. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I can't. That's not
But
how I
have
function.
I have a lot of people in my back pocket, like Peterson and Gary Vee, and just all these people that I like to follow and listen to, and they're all different, but I like them all. There's always one little
Same.
thing out of there that I can kind of
Yeah,
take with
same.
me.
It's like I'll listen to different podcasts just to see. Like some days I feel like, I feel like listening to this person.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're up to here this couple of weeks, you know, and I'll see what, okay. For me, a lot of the NPR, how it was built was really cool to me because it was, you know, I didn't like how they did during the politics, so I stopped listening to NPR. I know that's very stupid, but I didn't really like how they were putting news out, and so I kind of fell off with it. But it's a really good podcast. It's called How's Built, and they have some amazing people. You know what I'm saying? The Whole Foods person, the Spanx lady. You know what I'm saying? How she started. You know, and so it's all these people that you think like it's these what is it? The chicken salad chick that she's got places now that you can purchase, and she started off with just a little chicken salad
Girl,
thing.
send me
you know
that
what I'm saying?
podcast so
It's
I
really
can
good.
listen
That's what I'm
to
telling
it.
you. Like I still like those are the ones that I like will jump on and be
Yeah.
like, damn, that's interesting.
You ever listen to Business Wars?
Yes, you got that's another one I listen to.
I
Yes,
need to
Business
listen
Wars
to
is
that.
good
Okay,
too. You told me
Business
about that one.
Wars. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
it was Nike versus
Adidas. That was a
Adidas
good one.
was a very good one. And stuff like that is what I like to listen to. You know, you got your little like I have some that are like also like faith-based sometimes you just need some Jesus in your life, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to
Amen.
jump on something that's Jesus related.
Shout out to Chewy.
Yeah. Shout out to
He
Chewy
is the
for
man.
real.
He
Sometimes
is
it's
the
like you
man.
wake up in the morning and I just be like, I'm feeling like I need some Jesus today. Let me see what I'm finna find right now for my Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
I know I could pull out the Bible, guys. I know that. But
That's
it's
the
way
one.
easier just to like
Click on it and have somebody read it to
click
me.
on an episode and read it to me. So you know, you know what I'm saying, say something positive. But there's this lady that I follow on Instagram. It's called Real Talk Kim or Real Kim, something like that. She's so real.
She's so real.
She's so real.
Oh my goodness.
There's this app. Actually, Jordan Peterson was talking about it, and I meant to write it down in my notes. I think it's Bible Hub, but I have to research it. Basically, you can put any piece of the Bible in there, and it gives you all the interpretations that has ever been thought of for what it's supposed to mean. So, you know, the people have been studying and talking about the Bible for literally hundreds of thousands
Yeah,
of
of
years,
course.
right? So I think he says it gives you a better understanding of what all this literature was supposed to mean for certain times and how you can apply it to the current time. And it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Even if you're not
wow, I
religious, I
like
feel like
that.
that's pretty cool.
Hey man, I read from Matthew all the way to the end, just in one of my crazy shroom moments. I decided to read the Bible.
Nice.
And it was like 3 days. And I was just like, it was crazy. Because the way that it's interpreted to us, or at least the way it was interpreted to me, was in a very judgmental way because my mom was very religious and that's just the way that she was. And for a long time, I was just like, fuck Jesus. Like, no, this is gross. I can't have anything to do with this. And when I was in another planet on shrooms, I decided to read. And it was just totally different. It was just like, then I realized Jesus was a fucking gangster. He was just a gangster. Like, he's nothing that, like, the way that I was taught it was not the way that it really was. It was it was interpreted to me in just a different way.
Really?
But yeah, that app sounds pretty badass because I do like to, it's a book. I mean, it literally is a book. It's regardless if you believe in that or not, it's a very interesting piece of literature.
It is. It
and you
really
know what I
is.
realized too is that all of these stories, somebody is in prison or someone's in jail or someone's in a fucking well trapped at the bottom. It's all about this. We're all trapped in a certain way. Each story is about being trapped in a certain way. And how do you get out of it?
Well, if you're interested, Jordan Peterson has a whole series he did on the Bible. I don't know if you know about
Really,
even know that.
I
I
saw
didn't
that on
even know that.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and I thought to myself, I'm not clicking this because I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. I was like, I'm here looking up feminism stuff. I'm not clicking this
Oh
one.
my
I'm not
God,
clicking.
that is
It
so
took everything
cool.
out of me not to legit click this one because to me, like as I mentioned before, I was raised Pentecostal, so to me, I was always like, okay, but who said? Like to me, it was like I said, like when the pastor would say that, all gays will go to hell. It was like, but you're not God.
Oh
But
my
why do
God,
you know
boo.
that? You know what I'm
and
saying?
that's why I encourage you to read it on your own. A good version, something that you can understand, because it is different. It's just crazy because so many religions are so judgmental,
Yeah.
but that's not even what he was about.
He wasn't. And another thing was like these are things that were at my church, guys. I'm not speaking about anybody else's church
Yeah.
before anyone starts to think like I'm growing up. Like my parents were really good about us not following these rules, right?
Yeah.
Because my parents also didn't probably didn't agree with it, but just didn't say nothing of it, right? Like wearing the long dresses. Where did it say,
Nowhere.
don't cut your hair?
Nowhere.
Don't wear makeup.
Nowhere.
Don't shave your legs.
It don't say that in anywhere.
So things like that, right?
It's
Or
just
things-
it's a way to control. Like people would literally take something that's so amazing and figure out a way to twist it around so that they can control you.
And then everybody who's this religion, follows it, which is great. Whatever you want to do, right? But to me, it was always like, I'm so glad my parents didn't make us do this because as it is, I already resented going to church because we went so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus now, I can't wait till Sunday. I can't
Yeah.
wait for Sunday to go to church. You know what I'm saying? Versus back then, it was like, I got to go with
Here
my
we go
dad.
again.
Today is Wednesday. Oh, yeah, it's men's ministry. I got to go.
We're gonna be
All right.
exercising the demons today after
I gotta
lunch.
go. I gotta go. No, this was like there was the men's ministry, then there's the women's. But my dad was the co-pastor, so he was the one that had to go open the church, be there. So it was like, come on, y'all gotta go, because my mom was working. She at that time, my mom still didn't own her shop. Not that it mattered, because she worked even longer once that happened. So we'd have to leave with him. When we got a little bit older, it was nice because then it was like, okay, stay behind and take care of your sister. I'd be like, yes, we don't have to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then it became easier. But then it was like, for example, I could never hang out with friends or spend the night at any of my friend's house on Saturday nights because Sunday I had to go to church in the morning and at night. We went to 2 services in one night. You know what I'm saying? It was like our entire Sunday was spent there,
Yeah.
And I just never understood it, why we had to do that, and like I said, I thank my parents a lot for never pushing us. Like, I was kind of criticized when I had my quinceañera for not being baptized yet, and in a very like weird way, the pastor who he kind of made it a little like indirect, like she's not even. And so then my dad, when he gave his like speech about me, you know what I'm saying, like my daughter going into the,
He threw a slug.
He
Did he throw a
he
slug?
said like she ain't got to do, you know what I'm saying, what everybody else, basically, exactly, like you ain't got to tell my daughter she's got to do something, you know what I'm saying? Because my parents felt like it's not about an age, it's about what you feel here. So if you don't feel it here yet, that means you're not ready. You haven't felt that I guess that Holy Spirit or that feeling of I want to dedicate my life to God. So my parents were never like, hey, you're 15 now, it's time for you to go get
Yeah.
baptized. No, it was more like, this is something you feel here. It's something that it's this and this connected, and you just want to have this intense relationship. And if you're not feeling it yet, me nor your mom can make you feel that. And it's pointless for me to baptize you because you're just not going to, you're not connecting. And then what's the point of it? So they were really good about that. So that's why I was always like kind of weird about that stuff. It was the craziest thing. It wasn't until I started interpreting. Mm-hmm. I worked out of the deaf church. My office was out of the deaf church, and they needed they needed an interpreter that night. I was like, I've never interpreted at no church. I don't know these signs. I don't know no Bible signs. Okay. Yeah. They don't teach you Bible signs at church. At school. Yeah. You're going to be an interpreter. They're teaching you everything else in life except for, hey, here are some Bible signs for you to like figure out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I literally had a little crash course with the co-pastor of the church, and he was like, okay, ready. Cause I couldn't tell the pastor no, so we did it or whatever. And I just felt like so good that I literally just like interpreted like this sermon, and everybody understood it in a language that I just started speaking. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm even fluent in it yet. You know what I'm saying? I was very new to it still. Yeah. So I just kind of felt like, that's crazy that I was able to understand everything that was said in another language. Yeah. Yet when I was going to church, it was really kind of more of like, wait, what did that mean again? What was that about? Mm-hmm. So then for me, it was a little bit more of a like, oh, it's not. So wait, is this how Baptists work? Because I can do Baptist if this is how it works. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is more my speed. You know what I'm saying? More my like, okay, you have your relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? It's not about all these other things, Yeah. I just think maybe Pentecostal religion wasn't for me. It was just too much. Yeah. And it was like,
religion is man-made. Just remember that. Like the Bible is the Bible. But religion is man-made. Nowhere in there does it say, be Catholic. I want y'all to be Pentecostal. I want y'all to be there. Yep. This is, and then too, the whole thing about, yes, all gay people are sinning and whatever. I just want to see where that list of sins is at, where Jesus said, all right, the gay one is the one that's on top. And here's all the other sins by levels. No, motherfucker, a sin is a sin. Yeah. So if you're lying, you're sinning, bitch. Mm-hmm. So you're the same as a gay person or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you're cheating, it's the same. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're whatever fucked up shit you're doing, it's the same. Who made this list?
That is the same thing I feel about, and this is going to tie into maybe a little bit of a feminism thing. Here we go. Watch. Because this is a thing that this is a thing that people have said. It was weird too. When I decided I wanted to go back to church, excuse me, I just coincidentally happened to go back when they were doing the role of the male in a marriage, the role of the female, the role of children in a family. And one of the things that they talked about is when it says like women submit to your husband, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has turned that into like, you got to bow down to him. Yeah. And that's not what that means. Mm-hmm. I know. It's not what that means. Yeah. So that's where I have a problem with feminists.
That's where a lot of women, I think they get it misconstrued. It's like, I'm going to miss my independence. No one's going to tell me what to do. No, bitch, it's not about that. Like what you're saying. It's not about you just bowing down to him, but you guys have to bow down to each other. Mm-hmm. Like you have to just...
And it's basically saying, baby, you submit to your husband, and men, you love your wife and submit to your wife. And it talks about both. And it's like, everybody's going to interpret things the way they want to, right? It's just like how people interpret politics, everything, religion, anything you can think of, right? That's why I always say opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, but they all stink. No one's is right. That's why I always feel like it's okay for us to like not agree and not have the same opinion. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, because at the end of the day, it's your opinion. And if that's how you feel, then that's what works for you, then that's what you need to do that works for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, for me, that's kind of how I feel about like a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to tell me that it's not okay to submit to your husband. No, I feel like it's completely okay for me to do that, because my husband also does it in return. Amen. So yeah, it goes both ways. So if you're feeling like that, it's probably because your man is not reciprocating. He's not doing the same for you.
But a lot of women, they don't even like the idea or the sound of what marriage means, or what it's the way that it's been, interpreted to them. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I think a lot of women think of marriage like, oh my God, that's it. Like my life is going to be over. I can't do this. And vice versa, guys too. But it's really, it's really not like that. I mean,
It's not.
It really is a lot of fun.
It is.
And
I love
sometimes
being
you
married.
Sometimes
If you're with the right person.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also.
yeah, and I think some people when they meet, I think that they're both in a good place. Some people when you meet and you get married, you realize all these things you didn't know about the other person. But if you have a good work ethic, it's gonna work
Yeah.
out because you can't be lazy.
Yep.
And every day you have to fucking.
It's
try.
a business.
Every day-
Your marriage
every
is a
day you gotta
business.
work.
On that same note, let me ask both of you guys, how do you guys approach like the common stuff you got to do on a day-to-day basis? All right, we're talking about just things that, you know, it could be the dishes, it could be the laundry, it could be any little thing, trash. Do you guys, and this is a term that I don't like friends that use, we do 50-50. Like she does this, that, and the other, and I do this, that,
We
and the
do
other.
100.
Exactly. That
We
was
do
my
100,
that's always
boo.
my
We don't
rebuttal
do
to them
half-ass.
because you then end up having resentment for that person because they didn't do that, so I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to wait for her to do that so that I can do. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people my age still and younger, late 20s, early 30s, are like, no, 50-50, you know, that's how we keep it equal. It's like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's 100.
Actually, I think it was a Jordan Peterson thing that he
The clean
said.
your room thing?
God,
I don't
love
know what
him.
it
Yeah.
was, but man, I think it was this one thing that said women still end up doing a little bit more than males without even because he
Realizing.
was basically saying it's never 50-50. Man, I don't know what I watched. Maybe it wasn't him, but I was watching something where it was like it's never 50-50 because for example, let's just say for example, Penny doesn't like for me to make her bottle. But if Pete makes it, that's who she associates making a bottle with. So when I bring it to her, the only way it's accepted from me is if he's not around because he knows that, you know, okay, my dad's not here, so my mom has to do it, right?
Yeah.
But whenever I give her a bottle, she'll do this. And then she looks at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wonder how she did it because it was like it's the same milk. I'm just thinking to myself, you know. So even though I could easily go make the bottle myself instead of sitting here with her while she goes to sleep, and she doesn't like for him to really sit there with her while she falls asleep. She prefers me. So it's something that it's inevitable. How can that be 50-50 if she doesn't like that way? Does that make sense? So what they were saying was it's never really 50-50. Usually one partner will end up still doing a little bit more in a day, in a week. You know what I'm saying? It's never really the same. I don't throw out the trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. You know, that I feel like that's his job, right?
Yeah.
I do. But I also don't expect for him to, like, you know, do a lot of stuff either. You know,
Yeah.
like on Sunday, I was sleepy as hell, right? I was sleepy. Well, I don't have the option of just falling asleep on the couch and wondering who's going to take care of Penny,
Yeah.
right? But he did. So he got to fall asleep on the couch while I still had to go outside and play with Penny, regardless of how sleepy I was. Like I was like eyes hurting, sleepy, and I'm sitting there drawing on the concrete on the sidewalk with her with the chalk. I'm like, oh yeah, this is really fun, Penny. And I'm just like mad as hell because I wish that I could be the one on the couch asleep. You see what I'm saying?
That was me on
Yeah.
Saturday after we left the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were there forever.
Yeah, we're there at 12.
You guys got
right?
lucky. You were there an hour.
Yeah.
We were there 3.5 hours.
Jesus Christ, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
But I bet they were ready to go. Like they were out
Dude,
early, huh?
They were out at like 7:50.
Yeah. See,
God.
that's
great.
great. Yeah,
So
exactly. So that's what I mean by it. So it's like I can't be mad because I bet you there's sometimes when I tell Pete it's Monday night and he hasn't put out the trash because it comes out, hey, the trash, right? Did you put out the trash today? And he's probably like, fuck, I gotta go put out the trash. Shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing that. So, you know, I'm sure you see what I'm saying? How I feel it's kind of equal because
I do see what you're saying, but the friends of mine also do that. They'll say that, and I'm like, well, if the person wasn't there, wouldn't you take the trash out?
yes, I would. Like, so
Yeah.
if he were gone on a Monday night, and it sucks right now because I'm pregnant, trying to haul that big old.
You got some
thing.
more excuses for sure.
Yeah, I'll do it, but I won't do the trash. I'll
Yeah.
take it out of the bag and put a new bag. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, hey, boo, can you go throw out the trash? Put the trash
Yeah.
outside. I'll do that. You know,
Yeah.
but I just don't. You know, I don't do the trash. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't expect for him to clean toilets either. I don't.
I think we just kind of do it. Like if we see
Yeah.
that the trash is ready, one of us is gonna.
Yeah, I'll do it. That's what I'm saying. I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take it like if it's full, I'll
Yeah.
take it out of the trash can.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll do that part.
You're not just
And
letting
then
it
we
stack
utilize
on.
our kid too. It's like, you see me and dad are busy, you know, trying to keep the lights on and whatnot. So help around the house.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But they're a little bit spoiled. They
Yeah.
don't have it the way I did.
Yeah.
Always, I just remember Saturday morning we would fucking clean the whole.
That was me. I knew if Santana was coming on, we were not leaving today. I was like,
Santana, that was it.
That was her
my
cleaning
mom's.
music.
That was my mom's cleaning music.
Dude, that was
Some
Selena.
good music.
Here's a
Selena,
Selena.
yep.
Or if Santana. If
everything.
Santana came on, I was like, oh, we're here for a
We're
while.
cleaning.
Or Bronco.
I guess
Man, it's going down.
Did you say Bronco?
Hell yeah.
I fucking love Bronco.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's my shit.
We did a live yesterday. Pete and I did on his Facebook, and we did how we talked about the Super Bowl. How like the halftime was like so shitty, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even get to watch it.
It was on, but
I
we
mean,
didn't
my
even
kid
watch
was
it.
watching it. He was watching it, but I was busy.
Yeah, it was on too. It was funny though because my aunt, we have like a family text, and my aunt said, "Hey, I'm selling squares or something like that." She's like, "It's $10 for eight squares," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, well, count me in for 10." I don't even know how to play this, but okay. So then everybody's like, "Give me 16." Everybody's like, 16. I'll
That
take
sounds too
16.
confusing.
And I was like, I'll take 16. Still not knowing what the fuck.
Girl,
was
I don't know how to
about.
play squares.
I don't know either. So I just sent her my $20, right? I have no idea what I just did. So then I get a text that says, Marisol won the first quarter. I was like, I did? I was like, yes.
Yay.
I'm like, I don't know how I won, but okay, that's awesome. So then second quarter, I didn't win. I was like, okay, whatever. Then I text my cousin Alex. I'm like, how do you play this? And so he explained, it goes like, so you see how the name of the team's at the top. So he's kind of explained to me. I'm like, well, okay, like, I get it, I guess. He's like, yes, you got it. I was like, all right. I wasn't paying attention. I get another text. My son won third quarter. I was like, yes.
Oh.
So the game ends. They're like, what the fuck? Marisol won everything.
What did you win? How much did you win?
I only won $100, but
That's dope.
for somebody who had never played this, I didn't even know how to play. First of all, everybody was pissed. Everybody's
that's
like,
awesome.
what the hell? And my Aunt Dalila, because I guess my cousin's text and I came in at the same time where I said, I'll take 6, then I'll go ahead and take another 8. And he said, I'll take the last, I think there was 22 left or something like that. He's like, I'll take the last 22. I guess his text came in before mine. And so anyway, so my Aunt Dalila's like, I'll sell you, I'll let you take my other age. Like, I'm the one that's making the game. So anyway, so go ahead and take it. I was like, all right, well, thanks. And then she's like, writing me back. She's like, damn, I sold you my 8. And those were the ones that won. I was like, oh, I'm
Damn
sorry. I was like, I don't know.
That's
so it was
cool.
dope. I won $100. And I
That's
was like, on something
amazing.
that I didn't know, but we watched the halftime and we were like, man, this is not,
Not Super Bowl worthy.
I like The Weeknd
And I
too.
heard all of his songs, and I was like, there were some of them that I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know he sang that song.
I actually like
It
him.
was good. It was all his little songs. I just didn't see the
The
performance, but I could
performance
hear
was it could have been better to me, maybe because and this is the example I gave yesterday on when we went live. I said this. I don't think I'm a huge J-Lo fan,
Yeah.
right? But I can accept that J-Lo can't really sing.
Yeah.
Now, has her singing gotten better from when she first started to now? Absolutely, because
Yeah.
you can tell she's taken singing lessons.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to
But
the
I
first
never
one,
thought she could sing either.
she can't. She can do everything else right. She's
Dance and
perfect
perform
looking,
and-
and she's a great actress, and she's a great business person.
Oh, great actress. I'm not sure, but
See,
I
I
know
like
she's
her as an actress.
She's a great performer.
Definitely a great performer.
She's a great
If you
performer.
think about her performance at the Super Bowl, that was a performance.
That was great.
You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
really
It's a
good.
performance.
What helps have Shakira by your side too?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are performers.
You could appreciate,
100%. I
Shakira and
appreciate-
Jennifer Lowe. Jennifer
Lowe?
and J-Lo.
Jennifer Love.
Get low, Jennifer Lowe.
Okay.
Jenny from the
my
Black
God.
Block.
But he didn't do very much.
Yeah, that's what I kept reading.
I was like,
But he's not J-Lo, you know?
that's why he shouldn't have been on there.
No.
He wasn't Super Bowl ready for me.
Yeah.
he wasn't Super Bowl ready for me.
What makes somebody Super Bowl ready to y'all? Like, what kind of performance? Like, I know we're talking about J-Lo and Shakira. That's great, right? You can just look at them and appreciate them all night. But if it's not them...
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars was great.
Remember?
Oh, God.
that was
I've
great.
seen him in concert, dude.
Bruno Mars. JT. I mean, Justin Timberlake, too. He is a great performer.
With or without Janet Jackson?
Without. If you've never been to one of his concerts, I
No,
mean, this
never.
look. You know who else is Pink?
Oh, Dawn
I
loves
love
Pink.
her.
Okay. I love her too, but I never loved her. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? And so then it was crazy because I went to a JT concert and Pink opened up for him.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird? I just thought they were kind of both up there.
She's an amazing vocalist.
The performing part of it, I was like, oh, I can leave now. I don't even need to see Justin Timberlake.
Wow, so she's
She's
went that
fucking,
hard.
she's on into that. What is it called?
The twisting around
The
and all
twisted.
that
What is that
stuff?
called? On the
I don't
string,
know.
Rob?
Like the acrobatic type
thing,
of...
yeah.
What's it called? I understand.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about.
Like where they do the acro yoga type shit?
Yes. Okay. Number one, to sing, if you've never taken choir before, you have to know how to hold your breath, right? Imagine having to also hold your breath to perform a spin on this thing and you're going upside down. You're doing all these things. You're hanging by 1 foot.
See, now
and
that's
you're,
scary.
And you still have the mic here and you're singing. And then you're grabbing yourself up to come up and then you're going to switch the other way. I was
Can't
just
do it.
like...
She's too dedicated to the cause. That's a
different
lot.
level for me.
Yeah.
I legit was like, I can go now.
But
Like
did you
I'm
go?
done.
Did you
I
go?
didn't,
Of
because I
course,
was there for
thank
Justin
you.
Timberlake. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, I will come back. I don't know all her songs, but I'll come back just to watch her perform. That's how great it was for me.
Wow.
Wow,
And I'm
that's
pretty picky
awesome.
about who I watch perform, to be honest with you. Like I don't just go to concerts either because I'm just like, I don't know.
You have to really want to see them.
Yeah, as you get older especially.
Yeah, and you know what? The Weeknd I already knew was not that great of a performer. Let me tell you why. I saw him. I think it was Jimmy Fallon or one of those Jimmys. I don't know which one it was.
Camo Fallon.
Yeah,
whatever.
one of
Yeah.
them. And he was like, I was like, oh my God, somebody please give him some auto-tune because I don't think he knows how bad it sounds on this end, on the people watching the TV.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to Pete, I was like, how does that work? What do they find in an artist if the vocals are not there? I get it, engineers can change it, right? But what is it that they find in them because they are able to still blow them up? Because he's
huge.
he's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, what do you find in them? You know what I'm saying? To be able to,
What'd he say?
he just said, it's like, really, to be honest with you, you travel with these people. So they're engineering you when you're on stage anyway. So I was like, and if you noticed him too, when he kind of sang a little bit of the a cappella part, you know what I'm saying? Before the music kind of kicks in, you can hear, look, he's always a little bit off. I don't know if he's just not hearing
Interesting.
here or what, or maybe it's my ear that I know that he's off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's that OCD ear.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
OCD,
yeah, it is.
exactly. So to me, it's always like, I don't know. But he was just not the performer for me. He just was not.
Yeah.
I like his music. I can't say I don't. I mean, I literally bought, I've owned a lot of his songs before iTunes had that $10. You can stream everything. So I loved his music, or I love his music, but I just don't think he was performance ready.
Wow.
You?
No, I didn't see it. We literally started, and I was so uninterested because I read the night before the whole, because he was wearing all the bandages and stuff on his face.
What
it was
does
like
that mean?
It was like a year-long, shtick that he had going on about how like Hollywood sees himself and like this like constant like
Oh, is that why
changing.
he got that crazy plastic surgery thing that he
That's
did?
what it looked like, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Plastic surgery?
well,
Well, it was
wasn't
fake.
it wasn't real. Yeah, so he kept changing. There was
But
like
he posted a picture of himself with the super huge lips and the crazy nose and the cheekbones, and everybody was freaking out because they thought he got plastic surgery.
he looked like that one Mexican actor.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about. He looks just like him. He's shorter. He always does like funny kind of roles.
So this is a year-long thing that he's been
Yeah,
doing?
so in every one of his music videos that he's had come out this
In this
last
past year.
last 12, 16 months were like a continuation of the story of this person that was getting like more work done. Oh, so that was his whole story to it, right? So that was interesting and cool, but the performance didn't match like what this year-long story is. So people were so upset and pissed. Like
well,
this
they
is
had
what
the
we
bandages, right? 'Cause
You know what I
Yeah.
thought they were?
underwear.
Yeah, I thought it was the jockstrap that the football players. I was like, did he just try to make the jockstrap? Is that what it's called? Fashionable?
Yeah, it was.
And Pete started laughing. He's like, "No, girl, that's supposed to be the bandage." I was like, "Oh, yeah. I forgot about that thing that was he had going on for so
Yeah.
long. I totally forgot about it. He just didn't do it for me.
That was more like a what's another a video show or like a Oscar, not an Oscars, but a Grammys kind of performance.
Yeah,
not a
for
Super
sure.
Bowl.
It was not a Super Bowl for me either. I mean, it's like, have you ever seen the one when Prince performed years
a
ago?
long time ago,
Yeah,
vaguely.
I kind of will sometimes will watch that on YouTube just because I love Prince. So to me, it's like just anybody that performs and you can feel it. To me, it's kind of one of those like.
Yeah, that's why I like when they have rock bands, because like they'll break into like a guitar, drum solo, and you just like it's a whole other experience. The Weeknd was just running around this fucking clown maze, the mirror maze or whatever it was.
That's scary.
It was hilarious because there's so many memes about it afterwards.
Yeah.
It was like how 2020 had me feeling, and it's him running through the maze. I was like, damn, people are getting him. It's kind of sucked though as an artist if the next day you read this headlines, it's like he sucked. He wasn't a good performer. It was like all the bad things. What does that
cares?
do?
Dude, but apparently he spent $7 million of his own money to put that on.
Why?
Exactly. So when you see that, like, what's the ROI in that? You're getting roasted by the world, and it sucked.
Really? It was his own money?
That's what I read.
It wasn't the Super Bowl's production
Well, if you keep
budget?
no, because they also had tons of advertisers that didn't advertise with them. That would all went to like COVID relief and other things. So I don't know how much money they were trying to put into this halftime show. I'll look it up while you guys talk.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
interesting. Yeah.
That's crazy. We were talking about feminism, right?
And Jesus,
Oh my God.
and then the
Oh, let me tell you why
Oh
I
my
thought
God, I
about
love it.
why I thought about this feminism conversation. In addition to, I already did an episode with this girl named Brianda. Do you know what the name of her podcast is? Rob?
built from the inside out.
Built from the inside out. So I was a guest on her podcast, and we spoke about feminism. She is an open, I guess I should say, conservative. You would say, Rob.
Oh yeah.
So she's a pretty open conservative. So she had me on because we talked a little bit about it on the Red Pill Tamales. And so she was like, wait a minute. She's like, I like the way you think. And so she's like,
What do y'all talk about?
So basically what's going on right now is a lot of
podcast, boo.
Huh?
When was this podcast so I can listen
Like
to
last
it?
month.
Last month,
Okay.
yeah. It wasn't on mine. I was on her.
It
I
was
was a
on
guest
hers.
on
It was
hers.
on
Yeah.
hers. Okay.
And we just kind of talked about feminism. But what made me think about it again was I saw a TikTok, and I saw a TikTok of this girl, a doctor, and she says it's like, you know how they'll do this, like with this, the text comes up and they'll do the hand like this to show you the text. It says, "Why don't I use my husband's last name?" And then this one over here says, "Because he didn't go to medical school." And she starts dancing and like clowning it. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
So she's not using his last name because he didn't go to medical school?
Yeah. So they're married, right?
Okay.
So she wants to be Doctor, whatever her last name is.
She wants to be doctor, whatever her maiden last name is.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Because she, for example, I'm Martinez. My maiden last name is Martinez.
Yeah.
I'm now Herrera.
Yeah.
If I were a doctor and I got married, I'd be like, I'm not changing my last name to Herrera. You didn't go to doctor.
That's fucking
What a
stupid.
medical school. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping Martinez. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't
Okay.
think there's anything wrong if you don't want to change your last
Yeah,
name.
don't-
That is
you don't
your
wanna change
that's
your last
business.
name,
I don't-
that's cool.
But I was
Who
like,
gives a shit?
okay, you took
It's
it
just
to
a
another,
fucking name, bitch.
You took it to a whole other level. Your husband didn't go to
God.
medical school. I was like,
Couldn't you just hyphenate it?
yeah, I just think it's so dumb. Like, I'm
But
like,
bitch, if he was with you through the struggle, give that bitch a shout out too.
Yeah, you know?
How hyphenate your name?
exactly.
Martinez Herrera,
Yeah.
Dr. Martinez, whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
To me, I don't have a
me
problem
stop.
changing my last name. You know what I'm saying? Like at all. I didn't have a problem with my last name changing.
Not even initially.
No,
I didn't either.
I didn't go change it because I was lazy and didn't want to go sit in DMV or something.
That I could
And the
appreciate.
Social Security office and all that.
It
shit.
wasn't until it was kind of more of Mickey who didn't like it that we didn't have the same last name. I was in the Gap.
Isn't it crazy how kids pick up on that?
We were at the Gap and the girl said, "Oh, would you like to get on our rewards, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Yes." And I said, she goes, "Can I get your first name?" And then I said, "Martinez." And she goes, it's really Herrera. She tells the girl at the register. She says, it's really Herrera, but she just hasn't gone to change it.
Oh, she gave her the whole backstory.
And I said, oh yeah. I said, it's Herrera, not Martinez. I've been Martinez for so long in my life, you know?
Of course.
I was like, oh yeah, my last name's Herrera. I told her, I said, I'm sorry, don't put Martinez, put Herrera. She's right. I said, I just don't have it. I said, it's Martinez on my license. Does it matter? I said, I just haven't gone to change it. She's like, nah, you're fine. It's just for the rewards. I was like, okay. It honestly never really bothered me, but like I knew that I didn't want for like us to go somewhere and I be a different last name and my children just be the same last name as my husband. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to, I don't know. I wanted to, my mom had our last name, you know what I'm saying, growing up, and it just felt...
It just makes kids feel like we're the same.
Yeah. Like
we're all one little unit.
When my mom changed her last name to Torres, and they would accidentally call her, like if school, like if there was a note going home or something, they'd say, Miss Martinez, I'd be like, can you change that? My mom's like, last name's not Martinez anymore. It's Torres. You know what I'm saying? And it was because I felt like that was disrespectful to my mom. Like, she's divorced now. She doesn't want to be that last name anymore. So don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like it is your right, you know what I'm saying, as a female, whatever you want to go under, whether it be your husband's last name or not. But for you to act like you're too like, boo-boo, I do not get his last name. Fuck that shit. If he wants to change it, he can change it to mine.
Yeah. That's an insecure bitch for you right there. Because I was never insecure about myself, and I knew that a name wasn't gonna change who the fuck I am. Same. Like, I'm not losing my identity because I'm not Marissa Aguilar anymore. I'm Marissa Maron.
Yeah, like
what's the fucking, like, how does that matter? I don't know.
Yeah. Did Dawn change hers, or did she keep hers? No. Fuck no, Tim.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I didn't expect her to, and we never even had the conversation until she may have brought it up or something jokingly, and I was like, I don't expect you to change your name. Like, for one, it'll be the fucking third or fourth time you've done it. So.
Yeah, and that's cool. Don't change your name, but don't dog somebody else that does.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna keep your identity, bitch. I am too. It's just a fucking name.
Yeah, I just didn't care.
And Pete didn't care either. He didn't care if I changed it or not. It's completely up to you. But like I said, I knew that I also, you know, I wanted to have the same last name as my children. I didn't want to. Also, I also didn't want to get like have a child and my last name not be the same. Like I wanted to be married before I had my children. I know that's so old school. We've talked about this before on their podcast. That call me traditional, call me old school, call me whatever you want to call me. I know it's okay if you're not married and you have children. Everybody does it nowadays. Yeah. This was me, my personal opinion, my personal way of thinking. I wanted to be married before I got pregnant, before I had children. It's just the one thing I felt I could have done right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I did it right because for me too, it's not like I really cared about, you know,
the wedding.
I didn't care about all of that stupid bullshit, but I did know that if I finally did have a kid, I needed to be secure in a motherfucking marriage.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be your baby mama. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't. And I'm not knocking anybody who does.
Exactly.
There's nothing about me that's old fashioned. Trust me. Mm-hmm. But that I just wasn't gonna have a baby. There had to be like some commitment here.
Same. That's kind of how I felt. And he was completely okay with it. And I also didn't want to just get married because we got pregnant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that was another thing of mine. I was like, I'm not getting married just because we got pregnant. It's like, we're getting married. We're gonna have a baby. Like, I don't expect this wedding because I just don't really care about, you know.
Have y'all found any friends or acquaintances to have had like a difficult time in their relationship in the last 12 months under this quarantine and being locked at home with their spouses or partners? You got to name no names,
I think there's a few, but I mean, I don't know. I think I don't understand because I like to be around my husband.
Same.
And I don't get to be around him enough. And I think that for me, it was just different. Mm. Did we struggle in all the other areas? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But for us, it was just so good to just, you know, be around each other.
I forgot who asked us that. And then they said, oh, yeah, I forgot y'all work together, though, don't y'all? I'm like, yeah. So to us, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing different. We woke up together. We had to make it work together. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, this first half of the morning is yours. This half of the, day is mine. Because we still had to find ways to work. So it wasn't like, no, there was no issues for us personally.
That's good.
I don't know. Did y'all have a hard time?
At first, yeah.
Y'all did?
At first, she just didn't like being at home, like being cooped up. That's her
Yeah.
thing. She likes the office atmosphere.
Of course.
She's been with her coworkers for years and years and
I
years.
understand.
And but like she's talked about it openly that like she had some serious like work depression, like because her company went under because of COVID. So she lost, not just the friends, but the company went under and all that stuff. So, but it got better. Therapists help.
But and honey, we do the same thing. And but I don't know. It's hard because you are dealing, like in your situation, you're dealing with someone who doesn't, they lost their job, and so it's hard because you're the closest person in proximity to that person, and they're feeling all of these things. So you're gonna be like directly affected.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Whether they're, if they're having a bad day or they're having a bad moment, you're gonna be the one who's right there. And so it is hard, but you just have to remember, we're all people. We get stressed out. Sometimes we have our moments, but you just got to bring it back. Like, okay, hey, I'm sorry about earlier. Okay, it's okay. I know. And that's it, man. You just...
Yeah, it helps that I don't really trip over stuff. Like, I understand that. There's enough self-awareness to know that, like, it's all circumstantial and temporary.
course.
Whereas some other people, maybe her sometimes, will be like, it's an end of the world kind of thing until it just kind of snaps out. Like, oh, wait, it's not really the end of the world. But,
No.
I'm kind of like that because I have I guess, what is that called? An A-type person.
Okay, yeah.
With some things, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And remind me what the A-type is?
very organized and
Okay.
like
Structure.
Type A and Type B. What's the Type B person?
Creative, a little more
creative,
loose.
a little bit more
Okay, I'm
loose.
Type B. I'm Type B.
What do you say?
I'm a mix of the both.
Yeah.
I'm a mix of the both, but when it comes to my household, I'm very A because I feel
I'm
like
A-ish.
that's the only
I'm
way
A-ish.
we can function is if we're like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I coordinate the schedule with Mickey's mom, like you know what I'm saying, and I'd give her the dates that Pete's out of town so that we can have those dates.
Yeah.
It just makes things for me way easier to function, and then I know like, hey, you're open this time to this time if you need to schedule anything for whether it be him podcasting with Rob or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know that these are the times allotted for him. So for me, it's super important to have that.
Of course.
On the weekends, I'm not like that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I do
during
have
the
my cheat
week,
days.
during the
my
week,
days when I don't.
for me, it's kind of like it has to be, and also because we don't have, we have a babysitter. So
Yeah.
babysitter, from the minute she comes in, it's I'm paying her, so I've
Yeah.
got to have pretty much
Yep.
every minute of the day.
Yep.
It's kind of like a parent that drops off their kid at the daycare,
Mm-hmm.
right? From the minute you leave and drop off, you got to get going on whatever you got to do because shit, time is money.
Yeah,
And
if you don't pick them up on time, it's a double.
yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
So
I
for
know
me,
that's happened to me.
for me, it's like I'm counting like, okay, she's been here now 6 hours. Okay, I got 2 more hours left. Okay, let's see. What can we accomplish in these next 2 hours? Because we got to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's top. Yeah, so I guess.
Is it ever just a nap, just out of curiosity, in those 2 hours? You're like, man, I got another hour.
I wish.
Never?
Oh,
You never
my
treat
goodness.
yourself like that?
I wish. You know how I treat myself? Is I'll go do my personal things
By yourself.
by myself. So I'll go do my
Those are the
toes, my
best.
nails,
Yeah.
whatever that is, that's what I'll go do on my own. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, you go your way, I go my way. And here's the thing too. I only do those things on the day we have a babysitter. I will not do them on the weekends.
Yeah.
I will not take the weekends away from
Your daughter.
my daughter,
Yeah.
or even really us to do anything, because even though Pete and I work together, that's not personal time. We're not together because we're like, oh, we're hanging out. This is so fun. You know what I'm saying? It's because like, okay, so we got to go together. Let's go to this meeting. It's got to go do this. Got to
Yeah.
go get
You're
that.
doing
You know?
grown-up shit,
yeah,
man, and it's
exactly.
hard- and
So
it's
it's not
hard.
even a date. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, and we talked about that on my first episode about we still have yet to do a date, and we are in month 2 of the year.
Oh, no.
Well,
I know.
Valentine's
We haven't
Day's on
done one
Sunday.
either.
You guys should treat
And you
yourself.
know what's crazy is we were going to go to a wedding. We were going to Lucky and Kelly's wedding, guys. The Kelly, the first guest that we had on, her husband caught COVID.
Oh, no.
He was fine. He's fine now, but then she caught it literally like last week.
Oh, no.
So
Is she miserable? Or is she good?
She was fine. She was just feeling tired.
Okay.
I literally texted her today to ask her how she was doing because I hadn't heard from her. We were kind of chatting back and forth, checking on her and so forth. Then I didn't hear from her. It's kind of like Marissa when she went out of town this week, and I was like, it's really weird not getting a text at 7 a.m. from you today. I was like,
I was hanging out with Bambi, girl.
and then she's as soon as she came back Monday morning, she's like, I'm back, and there you go with a new YouTube video for me to
Here's your
watch.
YouTube video. It's The Hill. They're censoring everybody. Watch it, girl. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it was like it was the same thing with her. I was like, man, I haven't heard from her. I wonder if she's okay, So I just texted her today to see how she was doing, but it sucks for them. I was so sad for her because I don't know what it's like to have a wedding. I've never had one, but I guess if mine were to be canceled because of them, I could see how you could be down. But the positive thing is, it's something that can be rescheduled. So you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's not done
set on that
on Valentine's
that's so
Day.
hard.
They were getting married on Valentine's Day.
Damn.
So she would not be out, even if she tested positive. You still have to quarantine after, so she wouldn't be within
Out of
the
the
allotted
woods for a
days.
while.
Yes, for a
Yeah.
while. So they changed it to March 6th now.
Okay.
But originally, we were going to a wedding for Valentine's Day, and I asked for us to have Mickey so we could all go together. So the only thing I could think of is I told Pete, I was like, well, I said, now you have 3 girls to take out for Valentine's Day, so you better get creative. I was like, so you got to take us to go, go hang out.
So y'all didn't have a wedding? Neither did we, boo. We got married on my lunch break, and I was back in an hour.
Nice.
So you know.
I went and got
Same.
married in a gym clothes.
High five.
That's
girl.
not how it was going to happen, though. My sister had told me, except obviously I'd never gotten married. She says, you have to go make an appointment. So I said, okay. So we went to the courthouse. We had just picked up Mickey from her breakdancing summer class, right? We were on the way to the courthouse to make this appointment that you have to make to get married. So the lady's like, no, you don't have to make an appointment. I was like, oh, really? She's like, you just pay your money, and if there's a judge downstairs right now, you can get married. And I was like,
we did.
What? And I was like, okay.
So y'all went looking for a judge.
Pete's like, I said, oh, okay. I said, well, you want to come back, boo? Because we're not dressed. He's like, well, what? You going to regret it or what? And I was like, huh? I was like, no, I'm not going to regret it. I'm like, I had bought a cute dress for me to wear. And because that was the day, what I wanted to do is for us to take.
And when did y'all get married? Oh, something?
March 13th, I think.
March 13th, what?
13th.
2011.
No, 2018.
2018. All right, cool.
2011.
17.
Did I say 2011? You know what?
You haven't worked out of your system yet.
Yeah. It's
Still
18.
Residual.
So
Did I say residual right? Residual? Oh my God,
Residual.
I'm tripping. Woo, residual.
That's like with me and hermaphrodite, Rob. I kept saying it wrong. It's like, it's not hermaphrodite, Mariswole.
Oh my
Goddamn.
God, hermaphrodite.
I was practicing after. Like
She got it.
I did. I still have to think about it, though. I can't even say it to you right now if you
God.
ask me on the spot.
Okay.
So wait, so then you just said, nah,
So I
I'm
was like,
good?
no. I was like, I wanted to wear like a cute dress. I wasn't even wearing a white dress. It's a pink dress, of
Yeah,
course.
of
My
course.
favorite color.
Got it.
It's a pink color. Like Mickey had her cute outfit. I wanted him to wear just like a cute little outfit. And then afterwards, we were going to take my maternity family pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the plan was. And so then it was like, well, are you sure? Like, he was trying to feel like I was gonna like back out. Like, he really thought I was gonna. I was like,
He had to get it set
no,
written in
boo.
stone
He's like,
that day.
let's do it right now. He's, you
Yeah.
scared or what? And I was like, no. I was
Don't
like,
dare me.
fine. We went down. I said, all right, fine. I said, if there's a judge down there, we'll do it. I'm legit wearing a jean jacket with workout clothes
I know
underneath.
you had accessories. I'm sure you were cute.
No. And Pete was wearing this like Lululemon green shirt.
Get it.
We looked awful. And then Mickey was even like, we're getting married like this. I was like, I know. I don't know. Your dad really wants to. So that's how we got married. So
That is amazing.
I said I want to have a wedding when we make our 10-year anniversary of being together.
That's
you know
what
what I'm
we
saying?
did.
I think that'll be fine, you know? Like I'd like a little wedding, a little get together. 10 years is good, you know?
Yeah, we did a little 10-year anniversary party, and we
Yeah.
brought all of our friends, and we got dressed up, and we had a cake,
Yeah,
and
I
we
think
had
that'd be
mariachis,
fun.
and that's kind of how we did it.
I want a party. I don't really want
Right.
anybody to feel like this is a wedding, you know? That was always my thing. I just always feel like weddings are such such an obligation.
All the formalities and shit.
Yeah, I don't
It's
want
not
it.
even fun. Like anybody I know,
I want
who's
it to
done
feel
that
like a
is
party. I want you to come
Yes.
on, come eat, come
Broncos
drink.
playing,
Yeah.
having a good
Come
time.
have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I do want you to look cute. I don't want you to come in like gym clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
but you want it to be
but I want it to be fun. I want it to feel like a party, a celebration. It's what it is, you know? I also don't want to invite a gazillion people either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I literally wanted, this is more so why I wanted a destination wedding, was because technically, even
You wanted
though
to go to Ireland so none of us could follow you, you jerk.
I wanted to do Spain.
Okay.
I wanted to do Spain because my girlfriend had just moved there. And so I just thought to myself, oh, well, I'll save some money because I'm going to stay at my girlfriend's house because, you know, I'm always about budgeting and saving money. So I'll stay at my friend's house. You know, everybody else will have a place where they need to stay, and that's it. Well, my sister went to Spain to visit my friend, my best friend. And then they started asking me questions. And I just said, I don't know, Cynthia. I don't know. I started feeling so overwhelmed.
It was stressful.
It was overwhelming. I said, I can't do it. She goes, I mean, you do know that I need to know how many people are coming because that's how you know how much you're going to pay for food and how many, like how big of a venue you need. I was like, I know, but that's like a lot. And she's like, wow. She's like, I've never
Too
seen,
much.
it's just too much for me.
Send
like,
a group text. Look, everybody, we're celebrating our 10-year. Come to the backyard.
it was one of those for me. It was kind of like I felt too overwhelmed with
Yeah.
it. It was too many like I guess because I have to organize so much at home. It felt like another thing I had to organize, like another event, it was like I don't want to feel like that. I just want to go buy me a pretty dress.
Yep.
I want my girls to look cute, my husband to look cute, and then everybody come. You know what I'm saying? And let's just have a good old little time. We take some cute pictures. I'll make sure it's Instagram ready so we can all look cute on when you post
It's so
them.
crazy because these weddings, dude, are costing people like $100,000, $25,000, $50,000, like all of this hoopla just for you to give up 2 years in and be like, never mind.
And what
We're
you
getting
own.
a divorce.
And what
like,
you
bitch,
own.
what was the whole celebration for?
Exactly.
Why did we all come out here just for you to give up in 2 years? Bitch, I want my money back.
My sister had a beautiful wedding. It was in Austin. It was gorgeous. She spent a grip, and every time she would ask me, I'd be like, "You're asking the wrong person, sister." I was such a bad. I was
she
not a
asking?
good. She'd ask me like, "What do you think about this?" And my first question always be, "Well, how much is that going to cost?" And so she would always be like, "Damn, you act like you're the one paying for the wedding." She's like, "I'm asking you, what do you think about this?" Or I was such a bad maid of honor. I can totally take the guilt for it. I gave her a great bridal shower. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't do. She didn't want a bachelorette party. She's like, they were already married by court, but because her ex-husband's mother had gone through cancer twice, it kept delaying their stuff there. So they just kind of put it off until, unfortunately his mom passed away, rest in peace. But, so when she went all out, but she's always dreamed of her. Aww. If it would have been up to my sister, she would have gotten married in Disney World. What? Yes. If it would have been up to my sister, she would have done that. That was my sister's. I've always been opposite. I've always saw them as like, I think they're cool as fuck, but I've always thought of them as like a money, like just pointless.
What? Oh, weddings?
Weddings.
Yeah.
I just felt like, how else could you as a couple invest your money in even better? Like, even if it's just like, even if you already own your own home, right? Let's just say like you already have a house. Let's just say you're spending $50,000, right, on a wedding. Because I think the average right now is actually going for like $35,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think that's like a pretty shitty wedding. That's like, that's like, oh my God, you spend $35,000. That's it. That's almost like how it is.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like I think I read something on the bridal extravaganza thing. Rob, look that up if you can.
Yeah.
What is the average wedding? I almost want to say it's $35,000. This was a while back when I read this little article about it because I was tripping out.
Yeah, no, as of
I don't know.
2019.
I think we spent like $5,000 on our
See, that's
10-year
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
anniversary party.
Yeah, that's my kind of budget. $5,000. Yep.
33,900 is the average.
Golly.
I
That's
thought so.
insane.
Yeah, it's in there. And so for me, when I think about that, it's like, you could probably like get you a little rental, make you some extra cash on that.
I'm
You know what I'm
telling you.
saying? Like
I'm
invest in
telling
it.
you.
That's how my, if Pete would have told me, let's say he's like, hey, your budget for a wedding is 50,000. Let's just hypothetically say, right? We can either invest it or we can have a big wedding. 100 times I would have said an
You're
investment.
like 10 grand on the wedding, 40,000
I would have been like,
I
I would have been like $5,000 on the wedding, everything else on, you know what I'm saying, on
Yeah.
investing. And $5,000 would have had to have been all in. I'm talking about my dress.
honey,
I'm talking
you
about
can make it happen.
everything. Like, I'm not talking about, we kind of went over. No. This is
$5,000,
right here,
guys. That's all I
$5,000.
got.
And even $5,000 is a lot to me for a party. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Nah, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
Especially if you have
$5,000,
good-
hell yeah.
good,
Even if it's
close
10
friends.
grand, it's not 30 grand. At least you're
It's
buying.
also not $500 though.
yeah.
Exactly. It's also not 500, so you're good.
Yeah, I just really think weddings are just an interesting. It's a different thing. It's a
It's all for show,
It's
man.
gotten better. Like it's
all
gotten
for
better.
show.
It's gotten even crazier.
Well, it's all a
Like,
business, you know?
Yes.
Weddings and funerals, you know, people are going to get married, people are going to die. It's all a business.
Yeah, that's why I always feel like those are little investments. Like to come up with shit for brides, you know, is always like the good way to go. I'm always thinking of things to come up, a new business to come up with
Shit,
for
we need to
like.
come up with something.
It's like moms, weddings, funerals are always like at the top because there's always
What
people getting
about a wedding
pregnant.
day journal? Like when you decide you're gonna plan your wedding, and then you have just a journal that helps you. You know, you can write out how you feel, and then, oh, you find an idea of your
They already
dress.
have those, Marissa.
Oh, my
You're
bad.
old.
See,
I was
never
going to call you
mind.
out the way you called me out, but I let it slide. I let you,
You know
keep going.
what?
I let
Oh,
you keep
my
going.
bad. Never mind.
All right,
Never mind.
we're creeping up on the time here, but let me tie up some loose ends here. So the weekend,
Tie it up.
you know, this dude's only 30 years old. What? The weekend is just turned 30 years
It's
old.
just a little tenderoni.
Yeah, right. And he did spend $7 million in the production of that fucking Super Bowl commercial.
Wow.
And the way that the write-up made it sound was that, but it's it should have been worth it, or it could have been worth it for the projected 100 million views that the Super Bowl gets. But I feel like they're all making fun of him, so I don't think it's really worth it.
And also,
You
he's
did good the weekend.
his own money or the label's money, I wonder.
It said it's his own investment in the production of the show.
The label was like, boo boo, you on your own. We are not spending that.
He said he may have earned some money from the commercial sponsorship associated with the big game, but the 30-year-old spent an estimated $7 million of his own money to supplement the production of the budget of the show.
Wow.
Jeesh. Well, could have spent that on the wedding. I don't know.
All right, and then
Wait, is he still
there-
dating the Gigi Hadid girl?
I don't think so.
They broke up?
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She's
Yeah.
very pretty. That Gigi Hadid girl. The whole
I'm gonna
Hadid
have to
family,
Google her.
however you pronounce it. I think I'm
Yeah, I
saying
think
it right.
Sadid. No, I
Are
think
they
you're
all
right.
models?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn
Even the
them.
son. He's
a
like
model
gorgeous
too?
too. I
Son
was
of
just
a
like,
bitch.
God, do they not make ugly babies?
Guess not.
The two sisters are beautiful. The son is gorgeous. The mom is too. The mom was on the Real Housewives of, I think it was Orange County or Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
I
see
don't
that
watch
family?
those
Those are
bitches.
those frustratingly attractive
Yeah, that
women.
you appreciate.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them.
Got
They're
it.
just, she's just pretty.
Yeah.
They're just
Bitches.
pretty. Even her as an older woman, the mom, she's just like really thin. She's thin. It's not like she's got this banging body, but she's a model body because the mom was a model also.
Mm-hmm.
But she just has very like pretty soft look. She wears really short hair, but it fits her.
Like what's the Jenner, the model one, the really thin one? Is that
Kendall.
Kendall? Yeah, like she's like got that natural beauty.
Yeah, she is beautiful.
She is beautiful. So is you know who else I think is Nikki Murphy.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Eddie Murphy's
Oh,
first
ex-wife?
ex-wife.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
Oh, yeah,
she's
she's
so
gorgeous.
pretty.
She is
I think
gorgeous.
she's like up there in age.
She's like almost 60 if she's not 60 already.
Yes, and she's got bodies better than these young girls. I mean,
Damn.
her
Damn it.
face is just spot on.
Frustratingly
I mean,
attractive.
her
I
skin
can
is so
appreciate it.
nicely stretched. I don't know what she uses on her skin, but it's like
Fillers,
she's got
Botox, everything.
she's got like green blue eyes, so she's mixed for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she's mixed with, but she's beautiful.
Damn
I
her.
think Jada Pinkett is also another one for me. That is, I think
Girl,
she's so
I'm
pretty.
blown away every time I watch the Red Table Talk because I do. Her skin
Is always,
glowing.
and her mom's is too though. I wonder if it's
God.
hereditary.
It's got to be
Yeah.
because her mom too. Yep, that woman's skin is.
Yeah, they're both like, you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, She's beautiful too. And pobrecita, because her daughter didn't come out that cute like her, you know? I know.
Their baby.
I know. She's not as pretty. I think the boy is cuter than the girl.
The older one or the crazy young one?
The one that did the Karate Kid movie.
The crazy young one.
The crazy young one.
The crazy
Jaden?
young one.
Yes, I think he's very handsome. He's very cute. And I don't think Willow is her name, I think.
Yeah.
Willow didn't get all them good
Yeah,
looks.
she looks a little bit, she looks more like her dad, actually.
Yeah.
But she's still.
She's cute, but she's definitely not.
But she's not like them.
She's not
No.
Jada.
She's not Jada. She's
And
not
Jada
Jada's
was like,
mom.
I remember when I saw her on Miss Society, Jada Pinkett. I was like,
That was a good movie.
gosh, she's so pretty. Why is she so pretty?
Why is she robbing people?
You know who I used to think was real pretty,
What?
yo? Like, seriously. And I know she ain't that cute from her face, but
Who?
is Rosie Perez.
She is cute.
What?
I know. See, there's
Rosie
something
Perez?
about her. I don't know what it is.
When you're just Puerto Rican, you're just Puerto Rican.
No, there's something about her that I liked. And it probably was because
I'm attracted to her boxing knowledge.
Yeah.
Like anytime
That's
she
cool,
starts
yeah.
She
talking,
is.
I'm like,
Yeah.
She knows, like, but they said it was because of her dad or her uncle, something like that, which they were into it. But I think what I like about her maybe is that she's so like versatile. Like,
Yeah.
she was a dancer, you know what I'm saying? Then she was an actress. She was great at that too. And it's like she never needed to be like in the light. And I think that's maybe what was most.
She was always a good supporting actress.
Yeah, she was.
oh, but she was awesome. She was amazing.
I didn't want to say it like that.
So
but
she's in a series called The Flight Attendant on HBO.
really.
It's a good show. It's based off a book. It's got that hot
shit,
chick,
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Kaylee Kuklo from The Big Bang Theory.
I don't know any of these people.
Oh, bro, it's good. It's a good series.
Okay.
But anyway.
It was that's Kim asking me what's our topic next week. I don't
shit.
know yet.
Tell
I
her
don't
we
know.
don't know. We
I
never
don't know
know.
yet. I don't know yet.
Feminism,
This was
since we
supposed to
didn't
be.
get to
Yeah,
it.
I know. Shit. Oh my god. All right, Kim. That one's yours.
This was supposed to be about feminism.
That one's yours,
Okay,
Fem.
let's do
Kim.
this. Pete hasn't texted me yet. They're probably not back. That's why he's not
Okay,
harassing me. But let me end on this. I guess for you ladies listening, and for you fellas, if any of y'all are listening to
Yeah.
this too, I'm curious. Do you feel like you're a feminist, or I feel like I'm more of a women empowerment person.
Yeah.
Not
A
a
woman empowermentist.
there you go. Not a feminist, or because I'm okay with us having our gender roles. Like, I'm okay with my husband having his role. I'm
Taking out
okay
the
with me
trash.
having my
And you
role.
cleaning a toilet.
I think it a lot of the times is some women that feel like that. What's that noise?
Yeah, I just had to replug the laptop in.
Okay. Sometimes I feel like women confuse feminism or being a feminist with like men taking over, and they're no longer like. But guys, if you think about it, I hate to break it down to y'all, but we've allowed men to take over anyway. Want to know why?
I think that women have
Wanna
just
know
as
why?
much as control as men.
Let me tell you why. I'm all for you wanting to dress like a female if you want to dress like a female. But don't be on my girl magazine dressed like a female. Why don't y'all do it on the men's magazine? Whatever it is. What is it meant? GQ magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't GQ magazine have, what's his name? The Styles guy?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles on their front
Oh,
cover.
he was on Vogue, wasn't he?
Why is he got to be on our Vogue magazine?
I don't know.
See, I'm okay with him wanting to wear a skirt. I have zero problem with that. I have zero problem with him wanting to dress any male. If they want to wear a dress, if they want to wear a skirt, heels, do your nails, get your whatever you want to do. I am all for that because you should be who you want to be. But we're allowing them to come be and take over on our female magazines instead of us trying to be the ones that should be in front of the magazines. That's where I have an issue with. It's like, why do we have to allow these men to come in and also take over our We already complain, right, that it's not fair, right? They say that, and it goes both ways. And this is one of the points that Jordan
gotta
Peterson
leave now.
make. Okay.
You gotta leave?
I gotta leave now.
Why?
Sorry.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is it because of the subject? Are you really?
No. I actually have to leave.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No,
Fuck.
close it out really well. Close it out really well.
Anyway, he said.
But I agree.
He said basically maternity leave, right? it's not fair for men. Y'all don't get as long off as the women do, right? And they feel and it's kind of like there's men out there that want to stay home with their kid also, as long as the mom does. It's not
just form that bond.
Yeah, it's not just females, right? But we've made it only okay for females to stay at home longer. I get it. We do all the work. I feel you, sister. Hello. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I want my husband to also have a bond with my child. I don't want it to when I want to go take a bath, I want for my child to be okay going with my husband instead of her crying her eyes out because she wants to be in there with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's little stuff like that. And we'll talk about it on the next episode.
With Kim, you go, girl.
No, you coming back. We talking about
y'all talk about feminism. I'll stay out of this one.
But so those are the kind of the things that I want to touch on because I think that they're just pushing too much on us women where we're supposed to be changing the way we do and we think and I just feel like we can have women power.
And I think we have it now. You ain't got to wait on anybody to tell you have power, bitch. As long as you have power within yourself, you're going to be okay.
Like, okay, if you have a problem with, John Doe, but they're making more money than you, then you need to go talk to HR. And if HR can't do it, then guess what?
Yeah.
You need to go find you another company that is going to meet where your, you know what I'm saying, whatever skills you have, it needs to be matched. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt like that. I fight for what I want. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if I'm a male or a female. It's like we both need to be fighting for what we want. And yes, I know it's been a man's world, but it's also been a female's world too. And we've made it. We made it to where we're taking over a lot of stuff.
We give life. Exactly. Remember that shit.
All y'all motherfuckers are here because of female.
That's right.
Just saying.
Because of the vajayjay.
Thank you. On that note,
we kept it warm for you. All right, we gotta go. I gotta go.
All right, talk to you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.